picked up on some very fresh tracks of lions. Talamati Pride has emerged behind the dam cam. For those of you who are manning the dam cam today, the lions are all behind you at the moment, but be prepared for them to come in front of the dam cam at some point. They are looking at some impala that are walking down away from the dam now. It looked promising a moment ago, but for now, the wind, you see, is picked up. That wind I was talking about. And where the lions were, I'm not 100% sure. They were probably trying to pick up on the buffalo from yesterday, because we had buffalo tracks on Djuma yesterday, and they were actually found last night. I think Lauren had them. And when we went before, we had lion tracks heading west around Jacana, and then we didn't really follow up on them because we were in a low signal area. So the hunt seems to be dwindling at the moment, so I'm going to reverse back so that we can actually show you some of these lions. We were trying to position ourselves in a way that we'd be able to get a hunt. Really nice to have open areas to view hunting like this. There's still a lot of intention on the lioness's face. Lots of intention. She almost looks like she's salivating, but I think that's just the grass. Sarah, before a couple of weeks ago, not often, probably a handful of times that I know of, might be more than that, but they used to come in and out again. So I think the Nkuhumas have seemed to have pushed a little bit more south, and so that sort of range changes, the territory and the seasonal movement changes. And, well, they came to this waterhole the other day and got 3 wildebeest, so I think they're thinking to themselves, I like that store, let's go back, shall we? Okay, so it looks like the hunt has dwindled for now, so let's go reposition so we can actually show you these lions looking so beautiful in the light. And there is an Avoca male with them as well. Avoca male with them as well, so I think it's dark mane. We just had a very brief look at him before. Coming down, and then we quickly zoom to follow, and he's the first one we found. Just looking at us. I didn't get a proper look at him, I just kept driving, because you always know the male lion's at the back, the rest of the pride is in front. Go find ourselves a nice shady spot that they all spread over here. Typical, we found them and they started spreading out, so we got into position for a hunt. Right in front of Vuetela Lodge. So if you were a guest right now, you could be sitting on your deck here watching lions moving through. No guests in camp at the moment. We're just going to position so we're not so in the sun. Fortunately, that's going to be tricky. There we go. Now, it looks like Blondie, to be honest. He's at the back over here, the big male, at my 12 o'clock. You should see him there. There might even be 2, but I can't actually tell at the moment with the way he's sitting. At my 12 o'clock, bless. There we go, at the back, the big one. No, here we go. There he is. And it's hard to tell at the moment. They've all grown so much, the 3 Avocas. I saw a video from Simbambili the other night. One of my friends, Brett Hawley's guest, sent a video of 2 male lions fighting, and one had a very prominent limp in his front right leg. And I'm pretty sure that was dark mane. He was getting a little bit of a of a beatdown by a male I didn't recognize. And we can go over to these lions over here then. The whole Talamati Pride. Okay, well, we're going to stay with the Talamatis as the wind is gusting and blowing in their face. I'll count it to see if they're all here. In the meantime, we'll send you over to Pinda. And then look at the size of him. He is a big boy. Just going to guide someone else into the sighting. Yeah, you're most welcome to join. Just come down the middle road from Quarantine towards the dam, and you should see us all on the left-hand side in the shade.
Thank you, Steve.
Isn't he a magnificent fellow? Now, he walked up and there was a little bit of head rubbing and with some of the youngsters there, which is very cool to see. He's definitely the father of the cubs at this pride. And he's been with this pride for ages. We know the Avocas, everybody. 3 males have been in the area for just under 3 years now. And all 3 of them were sort of all over the place between the prides and dark mane after sustaining a injury right here at this dam itself after hunting a buffalo. The whole pride of the Nkuhumas were here. He was then also mating with the other females of the Nkuhumas that have got cubs now. But he injured his right front foot very, very badly. He's never recovered from it, but he's still able to move and still able to do his thing. But since then, since after that mating period, he's pretty much been with the Talamatis since. And up until the other day when we had the Talamatis on Djuma for about a week, we didn't see him. I think he was off looking for his brothers. I think he went and had a bit of a boys' weekend with the bros. And he's now come back to do his duties. Or maybe he realizes, bless you, maybe he realizes it's, bless you, better off being 1 male lion in a pride than 3. Because these ladies, although they are competitive, they don't compete nearly as much as big males do. Kirsty, I've never seen them specifically using the tracks of the prey. They will smell animals. They definitely track their family down by smelling the ground for the tracks they've left behind. But I wouldn't say that they physically follow tracks. They follow scent. And they might use the same pathways that animals use, but that's just because it's easy. Just like we drive on roads, animals drive or walk on open areas. They're very visual. And they pick up on a lot of scent. Hearing is also important as well, but right now they've been moving because the wind is coming directly towards them from the watering hole. That lone buffalo is somewhere down the drag. I'm not sure where Lauren had him, but he was here yesterday, and then he was just down the road this morning, so I'm not sure where he is this afternoon, but that is exactly the individual that a pride of lions like this is looking for. And when they've got a big male with them, although it's a big male buffalo, big male like that, just look at the size of him. He brings on a lot of power, a lot of strength, and it's weight, really. When it comes to buffalo hunting, especially with big bulls, they want to pull them down. They want to get their haunches on the ground as soon as possible, because it takes away the danger element. A buffalo that's got all 4 legs on the ground is a powerhouse, and they keep turning and hitting with those very powerful, sharp horns. And I know it seems quite sad for our poor buffalo, but I've no doubt that he's experienced a lion pride before. And as I said before, the buffalo that was killed a while ago, 2 years ago now, this male here got a very bad injury because of it. So it's not all easy. It's not all easy for these animals. Lions get injured. Buffalo get injured and killed. Lions get killed as well. Kenny, well, the average impala, say a big impala, let's just work on 50 kilograms. Now, each of these lions probably can eat about 35 to 40 kilograms in a sitting. So they'll each need an impala for them to be happy. Obviously, they're never happy. They're only happy when they kill large prey. So bearing in mind, a lot of the female impala are smaller. The babies are even smaller still. And there's definitely some movement. These lionesses definitely starting to see something I can't quite make out. But they're looking at each other's behavior. We always talk about how do lions know what they're doing. They look at each other. We look at them. You can clearly see the black tips of the ears. When they're pointing back, you kind of know exactly what direction, exactly pinpoint the eyes of the lion are looking. And with that in mind, they can then pinpoint strategy and know exactly. It's kind of like in the army, in the military, when they've got these hand signals, to that way, to that way, to that way. Lions do that on their own by just looking at the individual's movement. See, this one now is looking at how her sister's moving. She's judging her line, and then she will work it on as well. Now, we haven't seen what they're looking at. I've clearly seen something. There were impala we saw before when we first started that had moved off. There might be a nyala. There might be some of those kuru we saw yesterday hiding in the thickets. I think I'm going to turn here before something happens. Let me just turn so we can face back that way, because I'm pretty sure if something happens, we don't want to have to turn too much then. And while the rest are doing their hunting, big male lion lying on his back. You can just see him in frame there, lying on his back. He's not going to do much until it all breaks down. Okay, so I'm just going to stop here, maybe back slightly, so we can shoot straight forward there. And then at least I'll be able to use my binoculars now. You can show this beautiful belly of this male. He's not concerned. He knows he's close enough to catch up with the food if it's needed. If the lionesses do manage to corner a buffalo, he'll eventually grudgingly catch up with them and be like, okay, fine, I'll put my weight in and help you pull it down. But for now, he doesn't have to do much. He just has to wait. As with the youngsters at the back here as well. So the young males there, they learn, okay, this is what Dad does. This is what I have to aspire to.